Hey everyone, Zach here with the Goat Guys, and welcome to the first match of the Goat Guys Grand Prix. I know we called it the Goat Guys Championship Series, but Goat Boy 78 suggested calling it something different and unique, so we're gonna go with that one. So let's get into our first match. We have Zazzles versus GK Spy, also known as Ritz Cracker in the Discord. It's a pun on Ritz Cracker, so don't think it's some racist bullshit because I'm sure someone will get offended by that. So this match features Gravekeepers and Smoke Gear, or the Gear Freed Smoke Grenade deck. So before we get into it, I want to make a couple comments on the deck lists. You may or may not see some of them later. So GK Spy is playing an interesting Gravekeeper list. A couple notable ratios. He's main decking Lightning Vortex and Rite of the Spirit, and only maining one Solemn Judgment. Personally, I'd play three, but I do like I still do think the list is interesting. And on the Smoke Gear side, it is a very standard Gear Freed list. The only thing of note to me is the one copy of Blade Knight in the side deck instead of the main, but I do also understand why siding it might be better. He's also playing Blast with Chain, which is an interesting card that not all Smoke Gear decks play, but I like the inclusion of the card. And let's get into the match. So, GK Spy wins the dice roll, or the RPS, and we'll begin. So let's take a look at opening hands. Gravekeeper's opened up with Rite of the Spirit, Necro Valley, Spy, Assailant, Snatch, Ring. Then we got Gear Free, Delinquent Duo, Snatch, Steal, Breaker, and Smoke Grenade. All right, let's get into it. So we start off with a set Spy, a set Rite of the Spirit, and just a pass. So we draw into Pot of Greed. So Pot of Greed. So if I'm thinking right now, I'm probably going to play Greed Duo and then go from there. So he starts off with the Pot of Greed, drawing into Abyss Soldier and Blast with Chain. Normal summons the Gear Free. Actually, you know what? I think this is the correct play, now that I think about it. Because blind duoing here doesn't guarantee, and Gear Freed with this will guarantee you the hit you want. So he summons the Gear Freed, equips the Smoke Grenade. Smoke Grenade will discard, and he's going to discard the Ring of Destruction. So in hindsight, that was the right play in my opinion. Here comes the duo. This will rip a card, and he hits the Assailant. And Snatch Steal is then discarded because Snatch Steal doesn't really do anything against Gear Freed. He'll set Blast with Chain and pass. Blast with Chain will attempt to destroy the Spy, which it does. There's a Necro Valley, Rite of the Sphere to bring back Assailant, and Assailant will smack over Gear Freed for 200 damage. Ripping into Charity, drawing into level 2 Sangan Heavy Storm, which is really good. Pitching the Soldier, and we'll continue. Here comes Breaker. Breaker will pop the Necro Valley and smack over the Assailant, and we'll end turn here. Draws into Tribe Infecting Virus and crashes into Breakers, which is a good play. Activates Necro Valley, so no graveyard shenanigans. We simply see a level 2 go in for 900. A set copy of Judgment in Heavy Storm. Draws into Tsukiyomi. He's going to attack, but there is a think. He is going to go back and Solemn Judgment the summon of Tsukiyomi. Then pass turn. Here is Gear Freed for 9 and 18. He draws into a Spear Soldier, which is a nice draw. He's going to smack into Gear Freed. And unfortunately, the writing is on the wall, and game 1 goes to Zazzles. So in my opinion, I think this game was played really well by both players. I didn't notice any notable errors of judgment. I just think Zazzles opened the literal fucking nuts, and that does happen. So let's get into game 2. Unfortunately, so let's take a look at sides. Zazzles, notable in Zazzles' side is copies of Giant Trunade, Bottomless Trap Hole, and Azura Priest, and in GK Spy's side deck, notable things, he's siding a Monarch package of Mobius, Zaborg, and Jinzo. Another Tsukiyomi, because he was only main decking one. Econ and Dushoot. Not sure what would make it in for either player, but we'll see if any of those cards come up. Draws for turn. Starts off by setting the Dust Shoot, setting the Spy, and setting one more back row, that being Rite of Spirit and passing turn. As we look at Zazzle's hand, we see he's opened the absolute fucking nuts again. And he draws in a knock, so like, holy shit. So he's going to Dust Shoot, reveal his hand in a weird way, just for context, you can reveal your hand. And then there is the level 2 will get shuffled back, which is very good for GK Spy, as now he just can't simply smack into the Gravekeeper Spy on the field. So we'll start off the turn with Delinquent Duo, paying his 1,000, and he hits the Spy, which is a pretty good hit. He discards the Lightning Vortex. Here comes Heavy Storm. He's just going to chain his Rite of the Spirit to summon the Spy back. Here's Pot of Greed into Charity and Judgment. Like, Jesus, fucking insanity. Charity pitching Trunade. So he did side in the Trunade. Okay. And level 2. Nobleman of Crossout gets rid of the Spy. He'll set 2 cards. And pass turn. Drawing into Guard. We will flip the Spy to attack position. Attack, getting Mirror Forced. And we will then set the Gravekeeper's Guard and pass turn. This is, right now, this is a war of attrition. Unfortunately, I think Zazzles has the advantage solely because Solemn Judgment just negates any power card. He can get GK Spy out of here, but we'll see what happens. Drawing into another Solemn Judgment. He's just going to set that and pass turn. So drawing, looking at his own graveyard. So Breaker's probably going to come down here. Breaker does come down, and there's the Judgment for it. Taking 3,500 for that damage. Bottomless Trap Hole comes out. He's just going to set it and pass. Again, this is just a war of attrition that Zazzles has a bit more of an advantage on. There's Graceful, but he has Judgment for it. The war of attrition is going to stay. He's going to draw into Serpent. That's very good. The life points say the advantage is for Gravekeeper Spy, but I think otherwise. And that will bounce the Guard. And now he has the unlimited loop for the rest of this match. Necro Valley comes in. Warrior Lady, my apologies. Spy summons Warrior Lady. That gets Bottomless. Necro Valley comes down and passes turn. Lasso Chain is the top deck into Sinister Serpent. And here's 1,800 to the face. Main phase 2, Blast with Chain is set, and here we go. The War of Attrition comes down to a lot of things, and Tsukiyomi, unfortunately, is not a good option. He just passes, and this is where aggressiveness comes in. He's just going to attack with the Abyss Soldier. Warrior Lady comes down. Oh, my fault. That was preemptive damage. He'll take 15 and 18. Here we go, Serpent. To bounce his own DD Warrior Lady, which is a sick play. Draws into enemy controller. Here is Guard. He's going to Tribute. Hold on, what? Oh, I see what he did. Never mind. Okay, I was so confused for a minute. Draws into Breaker. Gets back the Serpent. So because I got confused myself, he used enemy controller to switch the Abyss Soldier to defense position, and with the Necro Valley gain, he could hit over it. So my fault. I don't know why that confused me so much. Anyway, draws into the Breaker. Breaker comes down. And we'll get in for that 600. Damage step, Blast with Chain. They get 500 more damage, and that is the game. So Zazzles will move on to the next round. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy the match. I thought overall this was a fun match to watch. It just is unfortunate that Zazzles opened the literal fucking nuts both games. Thank you to Gravekeeper Spy for participating. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.